welcome to another midweek episode of The Box Seat, previewing racing at Ascot on Wednesday the 28th of April 2021, where the rail's at 11 metres, the track is a good 4 and the conditions partly cloudy, 25, 26, even pushing 27 degrees. Should be a wonderful day's racing with only 7 on the program, and we start with a 3-year-old race, the Glenroy Chaff Handicap, where we're going to watch the last start victory of The Verdict.
Straight, the one that's done all of the towing. The Verdict loomed alongside of it. There's still 4 in front of Wins a Lot. Zip Zam Zoom is starting to work home. 150 to go. The Verdict had hit the front. The Verdict the leader from Big Screen. 3 lengths Wins a Lot. Zip Zam Zoom. The Verdict off its feet. Zip Zam Zoom's going to nearly grab it in the shadows. They'll dive to the line. Nothing in it at all. It was tight. Zip.
I think the verdict on this filly is that she's quite progressive and she's probably also a little bit one-paced. She was very well suited by that race where Big Screen was running them along in the early and middle stages, and she was able to just get into her rhythm and outgrind them in the finish. It was a good strong victory of a filly who's going to win her fair share of races and is probably going to get out over a little bit further. I'm actually going to go with a horse to turn the tables here, a horse called Big Screen who was in that replay we just watched. Simply pulled way too hard under Kira Yule after having to be burnt across early and really used up in the early stages. I think once Kira Yule said go out of the machine, this horse simply never came back underneath her. Justine Erkland's take the blinkers off. It's a small field where Big Screen should bound straight to the top, and on a day I'm expecting to suit those up on speed, I thought this horse would be able to rebound. Number 2, Big Screen. From 3, The Verdict, it's the form line I'm going with in replay. Number 1, Chicklet, who's clearly got far and away the best race form in this field. The small field suits. She's probably going to be 3 back to fence in the field of 6, so she'll have some traffic, but she's got a nice turn of foot. Number 5, Next Best, last week's winner in Piccola Signora. My numbers in race number 1, 2, 3, 1 and 5. Race number 2, Tabtouch Better Your Bet Handicap, a Class 1000, where SJ Miller's filly is looking to remain undefeated. Watch her recent trial, its Timely Outburst.
Caragini Aurora, but on its lonesome out in front as they meet the cutaway is Timely Outburst. Leads out clearly on Northern Chill in second. Under the whip is Queen of Soul. Out wider coming on Caragini Aurora and Exert. Going back to the inside is Pink and Purple, Treasured Crown behind them, but it's 150 metres to go. Timely Outburst in front. Making ground late is Caragini Aurora, but Timely Outburst holding rivals defeats Caragini Aurora.
That to me was the trial of a filly who's probably going to remain undefeated here. Nicole Hopwood gets a rare opportunity in town, and from the good draw I think this filly can sit wherever she wants in the small select field. I didn't think there was a whole lot of depth to this. Apple Schnapp's The Logical Danger was very disappointing at her most recent. The top weight Strike comes back in grade, down in weight, but probably jury out as to his top end of ability level. So I think here it's a wonderful chance for this filly, who was very, very impressive on debut, running them ragged down the 1,000 metres straight at Pinjarra Park, to go bang bang, make it 2 from 2 and stamp herself as a filly that we can follow probably into a Saturday 3-year-old race. I think she wins at her return. Number 3, Timely Outburst. Number 2, Apple Schnapp's, the first up run in a Saturday 3-year-old race, was a lot better than what she produced last start in a Class 1 at Bunbury. Number 6 in Femme Puissante, who ran into probably the best Class 1 opposition that you'll see in the midweekers last start. Timescales progressive, Material Witness so impressive at Albany last week. Number 4, Rock the Planet, you know what you'll get from this mare, Jump and Run under Simone Altieri. My numbers in race number 2, 3, 2, 6 and 4. Race number 3 is for the 2-year-olds, the Crown Towers Plate. We're going to watch the very dominant debut victory of Bazoom.
Shuffle back there when the field cornered for home, and racing to the lead now shortly after straightening God's Dream. She's a classy chick, and look at Bazoom right down the outside. It's coming with a great finishing run with 100 left to go. Bazoom put them away, dashes clear, the money is spot on the mark. Bazoom 11 into $6 and cruises in. Bazoom beat She's a Classy.
Danny Morton knows how to get his hands on a very talented 2-year-old, and this filly looks no exception. It may have only been a midweek victory, but she stays in midweek grade. She goes from 1,200 back to 1,100. She draws a gate, which is something that she didn't on debut. And the way that she let loose down the centre there in replay, I think she's going to be pretty hard to beat here. That being said, there's a number of very nice triallers in this. Ponyo down the bottom for the Harvey team. Ruthless Tycoon, number 4 for Stephen Miller. Looks to be some genuine talent in this, and this wouldn't be out of place as a Saturday 2-year-old race. So I'll be happy enough to follow it as a form reference in the next fortnight or month or so, but I do think that Bazoom's the filly that they need to beat with the race experience, number 6. From 4, Ruthless Tycoon, both of these trials have been oh so impressive. I do think this written Tycoon gelding is going to take a stack of beating on debut. Number 10, Ponyo, really impressive with this last start victory. It was only a trial, but it was by 3 lengths and it was in fairly good time. Number 9, Didira, no luck at all on debut. If she got clear, she probably does make a race of it. My numbers in race number 3, 6, 4, 10 and 9. Race number 4 is the Amelia Park Lodge Maiden over 1,400 metres, the biggest field on the program with 11 to face the judge. And we're going to watch the second placing effort again of War Warrior.
War Warrior straightened up in front though, led the way by 1.5 lengths on English Heritage, who's trying valiantly. 2 lengths Wonderkind, Casanori making no impression back near the inside with 100 to go. War Warriors in front, coming again English Heritage. English Heritage doing better on the outside, grabs the lead late. English Heritage goes home to score, won it from War Warrior.
Done nothing wrong in 2 starts this preparation and 2 starts in his life, this colt. Ran second behind Starlift on debut down at Bunbury. Ran second at his most recent to English Heritage from Lindsay Smith's yard. He led them up last start. He's probably better off with a little bit of cover here. And with the second favourite, or one of the fancies in Famous Journey, likely to come out running from an outside gate in an attempt to take it up, I think that Brad Rawiller here from the inside draw can just sit leaders back, get a wonderful suck into the home straight. And when Jason Brown does what Jason Brown does best, and that's kick into the corner on Famous Journey, it should be Brad Rawiller, the beneficiary of that leaders back run, pushing his way into the clear and hopefully to victory. Number 2, War Warrior. Number 3, Famous Journey, who's always flashed some ability. He's very raw and very new, but he seems to be getting better into the preparation. Number 8, Red Cadillac, who I think comes from a fairly strong race last start behind Divine Pair. And number 10, the 2-year-old, Uni Queen, takes on the older horses. She comes out of the replay that we watched behind Bazoom. My numbers in race number 4, 2, 3, 8 and 10. Race number 5, Flying Colours Restaurant Handicap over 1,200 metres. Hard to not be impressed with this last start second placing behind the progressive Captain Chaos. This is How's the Serenity.
Around the turn they run. Critical Attitude has got the lead. Let's Cut Loose is off the inside. Bragwell got an inside run. How's the Serenity? And now here's the Captain. Captain Chaos coming down the outside. How's the Serenity? Hit the front, but Captain Chaos is flying. Captain Chaos has raced up to How's the Serenity. Takes the lead, and Michael Grantham has done it again.
3-year-old midweek winner first up. 3-year-old Saturday 62 plus handicap runner-up at her second run in the prep. She now drops back to a Class 3, only 7 horses in this field, so a pay 1-2. She has to carry 59 kilos, which is a lot more than she's ever carried. In fact, 56.5 first up when victorious was the most weight this filly's ever carried. So if you're going out of your way to try and knock this filly, it'll be because of the weight. But on race form, she should be far too good for her opponents here and looks like one of the better bets on the program for the Wednesday meeting at Ascot. Number 5, How's the Serenity? Number 3, Bazoom, a horse that I know does Neville Parnham's head in. Sometimes he turns up, sometimes he doesn't. So when you look at his 4 runs in this prep, he didn't show up first up, he went close second up. He didn't show up third up, he went close last start. If he leads them up, he will be there for a long, long way. Number 2, in Trevello, for 4 kilo claiming apprentice Jet Stanley. Should get the right run, but I wonder whether 1200 sees him out. And number 1, Ex Celestial, who comes out of the Fillies and Mares feature, the Marjorie Charlson Classic, back to a midweek grade. My numbers in race number 5, 5, 3, 2 and 1. Race number 6 is the Iron Jack Handicap, an all-age race over 1,000 metres. A couple of 3-year-old fillies here at the top of the market for me, Eliminate and Just a Pinch. We're going to watch the recent trial and a very impressive trial victory of Eliminate.
3 now. Ship Creek joined on the outside by King of Judah. 3 wide is Pearls from Heaven. Making ground, She's No Angel along the inside. Then Peri Peri Para. Eliminate the last one and the widest. But through the centre, King of Judah for Parnham takes a narrow advantage on out wider. Coming on, Pearls from Heaven. Eliminate from last is thundering home. In front, it's King of Judah, but Eliminate all over the top, and Eliminate defeats King of Judah.
Eliminate here, likely to settle midfield with cover. She gets in on the minimum, and she's got an undeniable turn of acceleration. Her last 3 runs on the form guide were with the Guineas, the Champion Fillies and also the Burgess Queen Stakes. But her debut victory, should I say, was over Billy Ray at Belmont Park. She showed a breathtaking turn of foot that day. I thought at the trials she looked very impressive, and Neville Parnham had the option of going to a Class 1, going to an all-age 60 plus, and he decided to get with the weight relief here, and I'm going to tip Eliminate at her return. Just a Pinch is no slouch. She also beat Billy Ray last start, and an impressive 1,000 metre straight victor in Born Spicy as well. So I think that form will hold up here. She's returned to racing in good order, and she probably does settle in front of Eliminate in the run. Number 1, Highland Beat, particularly well placed back into a midweeker. All 8 runs of this horse in Western Australia have been in Saturday grade. Number 4, Forest War, 3 wide the trip last start, probably 3 wide the trip again on Wednesday. But he's a horse that we're happy enough to follow with later into the prep. My numbers in race number 6, 8, 6, 1 and 4. Race number 7 is the Ascend Sales Trophies Handicap at 1,400 metres. We're going to watch the recent trial of the resuming staying mare, Sentimental Queen.
Cutaway beckoning for home in 5 on the inside, making ground out wide as Sentimental Queen, Velvet Room the widest. A line of about 5 or 6 as they run past the 200 metre mark. In front it's Bevel, up along the inside, home in 5. Coming home out wide, a Brave Dream the widest, Sentimental Queen. Sentimental Queen out wide, takes the lead for Warwick, and Sentimental Queen going home too strong. Sentimental Queen defeats Bevel.
Most of her form when last in work, when transferring from Grant Alana Williams across to Hayden Ballantyne, was at a staying trip, 2,000 metres, 21, 2,200, mainly at Belmont Park and a little bit at Northam as well. So for her to win a 950 metre trial shows that Hayden Ballantyne's been able to freshen her up nicely. She's fully fit, and I think here drawn gate number 1 on what I'm expecting to be a bit of a rails day. If she can hold up leaders back, stay out of trouble, I think she can win at her return, and she's probably ready to start going through the grades, Sentimental Queen, number 1. From 3, Al Magico, who I've marked the danger, is drawn an outside gate, but I'm pretty confident that Shelby Botel will pull them on, cross to the top, and from there, this galloper can be hard to run down when he gets it cheap. Number 10 in Winnie's Wine, coming out of a lesser grade of race, but always shows a little bit of an eye-catching turn of foot. Number 6 next best, and that's Power and Passion, waiting for this horse to reproduce the run that saw him beat Pans Down and Callaroo one day at Northam. But so far this preparation, he's been a little bit disappointing. My numbers in race number 7, 1, 3, 10 and 6. Best bets time on Wednesday the 28th of April, race 5, number 5, How's the Serenity, and race 7, number 1, Sentimental Queen. Tickets for Saturday's racing, and hopefully we can have crowds back on Saturday, will be at perthracing.com.au, but make sure you check the social media updates to see whether or not patrons will be admitted.